Having a visual of the milestones you want to hit by the end of this year is a game changer in actually making them your reality. So today I'll be sharing with you exactly how you can build your vision board so we can master our milestones together. Welcome to Vasti TV, where we own our story, ignite our business, and live our legacy now. I'm Vasti, and I know you, just like me and the rest of the world, wish that we could hit a master refresh button on 2020, but we can't. So we have to be able to take matters into our own hands and take control of what we can. And that is our life, our business, and where we go with that from this moment. So today we are building out a vision board for your whole life. Very different than what you usually see, but you're going to love it. And I'm going to show you my personal vision board, what's on it and why it's on there, so you get the full picture. We are all about you executing the life you really want to live on your terms. And if that sounds like greatness that you're interested in, then click that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you're the first to know when we drop a new video and get you into living your legacy right now. Seeing your milestones every day when you wake up in the morning, reviewing what you're really after, can be the deal breaker between your discipline and your distractions. Every day we have a million and one things coming at us that we have to get taken care of, but we know at the end of the day, we really want to hit these milestones that we've set for this year. Having a vision board hanging in a space where you will see it every day will be the change that makes sure that you shift your life into the space that you really want to live from and live in. And so as we walk through this today, I want you to make sure that you're actually doing what we're doing today as far as building your vision board. And I get it. You may not have all the supplies right now, but that's okay. Take notes, run out to Target and get the supplies so that you can create your vision board for your whole life. Now, let's talk about this whole life piece, because I see vision boards made all the time that are tunneled down into pick 3 or 4 areas and make goals or milestones for those areas. And that's what will go on your vision board. And I have a problem with that. So if you only make goals, set intention for those 3 or 4 areas of your life, then what happens to the rest of your life? Because it doesn't get put on hold. It doesn't stop happening. So if you set the goals for business, personal, finances, and health, say, those are your 4 areas. Well, what happens to your relationships? What happens to the social aspect, the recreational and fun? What about family life? What happens to your faith walk? Like when you don't set intention for your whole life, you set yourself up for sabotage. And then those goals that you had, those milestones that you set on that vision board, on that worksheet template that you had, they went nowhere. They flopped because you know what? Life happened because we didn't account for that. We didn't account for, in my family area, I need to be targeting this or else the kids are going to go haywire. And right now, that's a key area. Because with schools closing, distance learning being a thing, and you're learning how to homeschool and work a full-time job at the same time, look, let's not even go there. We know that's a totally different conversation. But the reality is that's the world we're going into. And so being able to craft a vision that actually pictures your real life and where you want your whole life to be 6 months, 12 months from now, that's what you want a vision of, because it's going to help you to keep that harmony between business, between life, between your health, between your faith, between relationships. That is where harmony finds its rhythm. And so we want to make sure that that's exactly what you're doing today. So when you hear me say build a vision board for your whole life, that's what I mean. You literally are setting intention behind your whole life. And that's the kind of vision board that you can see come to life. because it also keeps you from setting these milestones that are like way out of reach. And you know that's not going to happen because maybe your 2-year-old is going through a transition. But when you don't think about those things, when you're creating your vision board, when you're writing your milestones, it is a path for destruction, period. So we don't want to have tunnel vision. We don't want to be one-dimensional in our vision. We want to make sure that we're looking at the whole you that's coming to the table. And so as we walk through this process, I want you to enter with that mindset, visualizing where you want your life to be. That includes your business. Where do you want that to be come December 31st, 2020 at 11:59 p.m.? What is it going to look like? So let's dive in so that you can create this vision and make the rest of this year your reality that you want to live in and from. Creating a vision board is a simple 5-step process, but it can be one of the most powerful, simple processes that you walk through. So as we dive into this, make sure if you don't have your supplies and you're not doing this as you go along, that you write down these steps so that you can go back and execute. This is something for you to do today, unless your schedule is just crazy and you need to do it tomorrow, but let's get it done, okay? So first things first, you need to gather the basic supplies. You need the poster board that you want to use. You want to make sure that you have double-sided tape. I'm a big fan of double-sided tape instead of glue. And then you want to make sure you have some scissors and a space that you'll be able to actually do your board in. Those are just the basic supplies that you will need to make sure that you get this out. Now, one thing, depending on where you are and what the situation is, you may also need to check your ink levels in your computer because you want to make sure you have enough ink to print out the images that you're going to use. Now, the next step is to actually write down your goals. Now, I actually use power sheets. You probably have heard that, cultivate what matters, power sheets. Not necessary at all. You can use a sheet of paper or a notebook, but you need to make sure that you get really clear about what your milestones are for the rest of 2020. And if you take a look at my power sheets, they think like I think, and there are 8 squares because there are 8 life domains that you need to think about when you are setting milestones. And it goes from your faith, your spiritual life, the psychological, that's your mindset, self-care, intellect, then your family, your relationships, your work that you do, your avocational, your physical, the health and nutrition of your body, the people that you are to connect with relationally, and that social aspect. I don't know if I repeated anything, but hopefully you got all 8 of those. So it's 8 different areas. I'll do a separate video on that at another time for you to really go into depth about those. But hearing them, this should typically trigger something like, oh yeah, that is it. That is an area. That is an area. So you want to make sure that you are setting milestones for your whole life. So let me see if I can do that again. It is spiritual, psychological, family, relationships, your health, your finances, your recreational for your fun, and what am I missing? I'm missing one. I can't remember what it is. Your work. The work that you do, what you're called to do. I think that's it. So get those 8 down. I'll put them in the comments just to make sure that you got them all, but you want to make sure you set a milestone for each one. That's how you make sure you're living your whole life. And this is one key milestone. You may have other little tasks that you want to do in that area, but one key milestone that you're targeting for that area, okay? So, and this is because if this is your first time doing a whole life, where you're really actually living your whole life, then you want to keep it to one and make sure that you create your harmony flow with that as you go on, which we'll talk more about how to handle it all next week. So make sure that you stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so that you'll be ready to get that goodness to help you handle it all once you get this started. Now, once you've written those goals out, those milestones for what you want to hit for the end of this year, the next thing is to take those milestones and go to Canva. I love Canva. Canva's amazing. It has a free version, or you can use Pinterest and Google. Now, Pinterest is like my foodie world, so I don't always think of it right away, but Pinterest is incredible for getting images that will align to your actual milestones. You are pulling images from Canva, Pinterest, or Google that will align to the milestones that you have set. Where you want to be come the end of the year, you want to get an image that will reflect that to go on your vision board. Now, the beauty of this is that you get to print it right off the internet. You don't have to go collect magazines and try to find them at the library and buy some. Listen, I did not have time for that. I enjoyed that the times that I have created a vision board that way, but I did not have time for that. And I'm pretty sure you do not either. So go to Canva, Pinterest, or Google, find your images and get them printed off. Now you have your images and you are ready to go. So now's the time where you get to sit down and actually put your board together. And putting that board together, you want to make sure that you take the time to do a pre-layout, meaning you cut out all of your pictures, get them down to the edges are clean and they look the way that you want them, and you just lay them flat, just like this on your board. None of these images are taped down right now. They are just lying there so I can make sure everything fits, that my sizing is right, nothing's gonna be hanging off of the sides, and everything will be able to be seen once I do tape it down and put all the pieces together. So you wanna do your pre-layout. When that pre-layout is done, now you know I'm ready to tape it down. And that will bring us to me showing you what a final product can look like. Guys, here is my 2020 Master Refresh Vision Board. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It came out amazing. Now, I took the poster board and I popped it inside of a frame. Got this inspiration from the awesome Erin on Demand. She's amazing. Go check her out if you haven't. But I love this frame. It gave it the perfect pop. Now, this vision board is my whole life vision board for the rest of 2020. What I want to accomplish, what I want our lives to look like, and what things I want to do in that time. So I'm gonna take a moment, and I told you I would tell you what's on it and why. So here we go. 2020 is across it, of course, because that's what our focus is. And then you see all the confetti around 2020. So typically we do that at the beginning of the year. I want to make sure I'm celebrating at the end of 2020. So it's going to be a party for sure. Now I have myself right here pointing, saying, girl, get it together. You got this. Do what it is that you came here to do. Right below that, you see there's the word discipline with a little phrase. That's my word of the year. And it's all about mind and character of obedience to doing everything that God's called me to do in this season. Over here is about our family. The hubster and I are taking walks on the beach because I'm really trying to get to the beach, y'all, let me tell you. And the champion is all about basketball right now. So we're trying to make sure he grows and get all he needs in this season. We have a monthly dinner night where it's going to be a 3-course cuisine, and each member of the family is going to make a dish, just so we have moments to build those stronger connections, as well as traveling to see our extended family, because we have missed them like crazy. We have not seen our parents all year. This is nonsense. So we can't wait to go see them. I have my fitness and nutrition here because I'm trying to make sure I sculpt my body and satisfy my stomach at the same time. And so I'll be in the gym. Burn Boot Camp is where I'm at. I love them. And then I want to stretch more. I am not flexible. I need to work on that. So that's where I go in my physical health and fitness. Now then we go down here, guys. I'm getting a new home office. Oh my gosh. So we're having a house built right now and I'm super stoked. So I'll get to decorate that office. It'll be so amazing. So that's just some inspiration of some things that I like and would like to see in the office. And then here we have our psychological. Remember I told you that mindset, self-care, intellect. I'm a reader. I read all the time. So a book a week is the goal. And then I have my coloring because coloring is my self-care. And I need to do more of that. I have not been doing enough. Then I also have podcasts and then just the process of growth because I want to listen to more podcasts. So if you have any good ones, drop them in the comments. I want to see them. I want to hear about them because I'm looking for great podcasts to tune into. And I want all of this to make sure it's growing me over this next season. And the bottom corner, again, new house. So that is living room inspiration for how we want to design the living room and what that might look like. So I love that like white grays, but I have my turquoise blue there because I love a pop of color. So excited to decorate that and pick it out. Then I have my friends and fun. That's that relational and recreational domains of life. Time with my girlfriends, cycling, running, picnics. These are the things that I've been intentional about, where once a month I get with my girls and we just hang out, catch up, quality time. Going on bike rides and just running just because I enjoy that. Yes, I'm one of those crazy people who likes to run for fun. So I'll be doing that. And then picnics are my jam. I love picnics. By the water are the best. So I want to make sure we're doing more of those. And then we move out and we go to vocational, which is all about us here at YouTube. I want to make sure by the end of this year, guys, like this is huge. This is a stretch goal. Like this is a stretch one, but I know it's possible. By the end of this year, I want to have 30,000 subscribers. Like I want to make sure I am helping 30,000 of you own your story, ignite your business, and live your legacy now. And so that's what that goal is. I also want to be featured on 5 different podcasts by the end of this year and have this business bring in $117,000. That is my goal in my avocational workspace. And I'm so excited because you guys get to come along and help me with that part. And so it's huge. We'll see where we go from there. And right smack in the center, I saved it for last, but it's always the center of everything. That is my spiritual. That is my faith walk. I am on a mission to make sure that I am deeper in my relationship in the Word by the end of this year, that my study of that has really unfolded. And God has given me this cool strategy for how to unpack scripture that eventually I'll get to share with you. So I want to make sure I hone in on it and master that as well. So this is what 2020 will look like for me on December 31st if I have anything to do with it. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait to see this unfold. But more importantly, I can't wait to see what your vision board looks like. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know, do you have any questions about creating your vision board and where you want to go by the end of 2020? I can't wait to chat with you in the comments. I'll see you there.